It's Tuesday, January 30th, 2018. I'm here at Six Climate Circle, and I'm thinking about the whole connected health system and the role that the Whole Brain Foundation, together with Whole Systems International Corporation, can be the beginner's mind and entrepreneurial, startup, innovative imagination that will help fix this problem. Take a listen here to what they have to say on Bloomberg News.
This is Bloomberg Daybreak. I'm Kaylee Lyons here in the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Green Room. Coming up in the next hour, David Bianco, Deutsche Asset Management U.S. Equities Head.
The big news of the morning, Amazon finally making that big foray into the healthcare industry, announcing earlier its partnership with Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan to form a healthcare company. Well, joining me now with more is David Kirkpatrick, Techonomy founder and CEO. What did you make of this?
Well, I think it's kind of brilliant, really, and it's brilliant especially for Amazon, which one might argue is the most brilliant company in the world. Because number one, Amazon's already moving towards broadening its services portfolio, and everybody knows the scale of the healthcare industry is one of its greatest opportunities. So far, it's done virtually nothing in terms of healthcare services per se. But you know, given the smartness at that place, that they've been working on all kinds of ideas. They also have over 500,000 employees, so they have huge healthcare costs themselves. So they've joined with two other gigantic employers to test what is, I think, the future model of American healthcare, which is combining insurance and healthcare provision. In other words, the same company owns the insurance company and the doctors, and that basically aligns the incentives and gets rid of a huge amount of waste. So they are doing what we all have to do in this country, and I hope it works because it could be a great role model.
Well, and that brings up the good point is, what is this venture going to be? Is it going to be an app on your phone? Is it going to be, Alexa, I need a refill of my antibiotics? Is it going to be a wider array of doctors or a specific network of doctors? We don't know
those things. I don't think it would be all of those things to some degree. I suspect the key point is that when you cut out all these intermediaries in the healthcare system, you can make people healthier and save money. Kaiser Permanente is the great example of this company that's been around for many, many, many decades and is the role model for American healthcare. And I've heard it said that, we're going to the Kaiserization of the American healthcare system. We just don't know it yet. But because Amazon is such a creative company, to see them in this mix is really gratifying and also, as with everything with Amazon, scary.
And also potentially expensive, because at the end of the day, no matter what, you need healthy people to pay more to lower costs. Do you then care about the kind of effort Amazon's going to have to put into this in terms of money, profit margins at the end of the day?
No, because, certainly they think it's going to save them money, because think of if you have 500,000 employees, or more than 500,000, you're already suffering from this enormous chronic, tragic inefficiency of American healthcare, which makes us competitively disadvantaged around the world, and which frankly is not nearly enough on the front burner of American political and policy discussion. It has nothing to do with Obamacare. That's like a tiny step in the right direction, maybe, but we have a fundamental reform needed, and they're saying, you know what, we're just going to do it ourselves.
Yep, fair point. And this all comes in the broader tech sector, and I want to bring up this chart here because we're heading into big tech earnings at the end of the week, and you can take a look at tech earnings forecasts versus the forecast for the S&P. Those for the S&P have seen a big move up, and tech has not. They've underperformed those earnings revisions to some extent, but the stocks are still pretty robust. What do you make of the earnings, and what do you...
So here we are in Cambridge, Massachusetts, focusing on the whole connected health system and using a new way of seeing the mind. It's called the whole brain 3D visual framework for the mind. And that visual framework for the mind provides a memory palace, a technology platform, a creativity protocol that is so powerful that it can take research information, content, the ideas that are coming out of the singularity, curate it, organize it, categorize it, systematize it, so that you can diagnose health, not disease, but health. And then have a competence assurance system that assures health, not fixes disease. A whole brain competence assurance system with a platform framework, or in short, the whole system, or Whole Systems International Corporation, with its partnership, the strategic alliance partnership with DBLS Holdings and its operating division, the Whole Systems Division. We have the capability to curate that content, and Whole Systems International Corporation is the exclusive in perpetuity distributor of all the products and technologies that come from DBLS, but also it has direct access in its partnership with the Whole Brain Foundation to take the new paradigm and apply it to healthcare. I call it not Obamacare, not Trump care. Let's call it Charlie Care. And Charlie Care is going to provide the circumstances for patient responsibility and the training to develop their personal health competencies. That Patient Responsibility Personal Health Competency Act of 2018 will change the paradigm, and we can do it in collaboration with Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Jamie Dimon at Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, and JP Morgan. We can do it in conjunction with Bill Gates and the $100 million fight for Alzheimer's, or with Steve Ballmer, with the Ballmer-Gates, or Gates-Ballmer School of Engineering and Applied Science at Harvard, to bring the STEAM programs. By that I mean science, technology, engineering, arts, broadly considered, all arts and the humanities, and mathematics, STEAM. At the Whole Brain Foundation, Whole Systems International Corporation, STEAM is the word. We have the dream. It's to serve 5 billion brains and make the world a better place. We have the theme. It's using the brain and the mind and the body and the computer processor and operating system and applications as interchangeable mirror images of each other. We have the team. We can bring the whole world together here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm betting that Amazon is going to join us here. So we can have Atkinson, Amazon, with Bezos, and Watson with IBM, right here in Cambridge. As Michael Smith, Dean of Harvard College, would say, in the Boston-Cambridge area, with Harvard, MIT, BU, Northeastern, the Boston Globe, Mass General Hospital, GE, Amazon, we have a new renaissance. It's Rome 2,000 years later. It's the opportunity to really dream the impossible dream. Hear me now, O thou bleak and unbearable world. Thou art sick and debauched as can be. But one knight with his banner completely unfurled now hurls down his gauntlet to thee. I am I, Charlie 3D, the man of Manhattan. My destiny calls, and I go. The wild winds of fortune shall carry me forward, whithersoever I go. Onward to victory I go. That second Manhattan Project, where the whole brain 3D visual representation of the mind not only maps to the brain, but it maps to the streets of Manhattan at 5th Avenue and 57th Street with elevators going up and down the buildings. And that provides a three-dimensional, real framework that can go into augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, to bring augmented mind, an artificial mind, in the new 3D world that we are exponentially moving into. Gerd Leonhardt talks about the battle between technology and humanity, and says that it's going to be impossible for humanity to keep up with the technology, and we shouldn't even try. Well, I beg to differ. The brain has got 100 billion neurons, and the computer doesn't have it yet. It's the operating system, the internet operating system, that gives that computer brain the possibility for working with applications. And so what we're building is a framework operating system for the mind that's a whole brain 3D framework, so that everyone will have their own personal mind.